Dia 15. Você chega ao teatro um pouquinho mais cedo e a Sam já está ali, esperando, muito bem vestida. Vocês abrem um sorriso conforme vocês dão as mãos e se sentam na camarote privado. Com certeza você se acostumaria fácil com essa vida. Os ingressos foram entregues na segunda-feira com um agradecimento datilografado de Chris. Parece que você receberá seu passaporte de volta muito em breve. O espetáculo não faz muito do seu tipo. Uma ópera pretensiosa numa língua que você não sabe, que o Chris também não fala. Ainda assim, as bebidas grátis descem muito bem. Valeu a pena ter ajudado meu cunhado, hein? Olha aí, ganhei ingresso pra ópera. Quando o espetáculo finalmente termina, de quantos agradecimentos essas pessoas precisam? Você entra na fila da chapelaria e a Sam está fazendo você morrer de rir com suas imitações do maestro, gesticulando sem a menor vergonha. O casal à frente está conversando sobre a realocação das pessoas que não conseguiram pagar os últimos impostos. Parece terrível. A Sam sorri agradecida a você. Conforme vocês dois pensam no Chris, ele está bem e em segurança. Quando chega em casa, Sam ainda está rindo. Conforme sobe para tomar um banho antes de dormir, você percebe que seu filho de 14 anos não está em casa e há um bilhete em cima da mesa da cozinha na caligrafia quase ilegível dele. Ele informa que está na casa de um amigo. É dia de semana, então você vai, sei lá, mandar ele voltar para casa. Você confia no Charlie. Em breve ele estará em casa. Eu confio no Charlie. É uma noite. Com o tempo, ele vai começar a ser mais responsável com suas próprias ações. Qual pior coisa poderia acontecer? Eita, fudeu, chat. Eita, chat, fudeu. A secretária da eletrônica da sua casa finalmente dá um sinal. Quem poderia ligar quando você e sua esposa estão no trabalho? Boa tarde, esse é o recado para a família Winston. Aqui é a senhora Smith, estou ligando para falar do seu filho Charles. A pequena mulher continua. Hoje Charles faltou à escola e não recebemos nenhum aviso que ele se ausentaria. Tenho certeza que há uma explicação perfeita, adequada para isso, mas eu gostaria de lembrar vocês de que todas as ausências devem ser autorizadas antecipadamente ou, em casos excepcionais, que os pais nos liguem pela manhã. Eu espero que isso não aconteça novamente. Obrigado e tenha uma boa tarde. Alguém vai ter que se explicar. Cara, eu acho que eu deveria ter buscado meu filho, velho. Putz, chat. Dia 42. Um lembrete. Você está conferindo a pilha com correspondência acumulada. Cada conta nova te faz engolir seco. Até que uma carta azul te faz parar. Ao reconhecer o logo azul da Advance, você abre a carta imediatamente. Prezado família Winston, este é o segundo lembrete sobre o sistema de distribuição de bens e riqueza. Solicitamos que você envie seu passaporte para o gabinete governamental para o mais próximo e mais breve possível, para que possamos registrá-lo no sistema. Lembramos que, caso não seja registrado, não poderão participar do bônus nacional. Sabia que haveriam consequências, mas isso não facilita as coisas. Pô, eu entreguei meu passaporte pro meu cunhado, cara. Trabalhamos como uma equipe e seremos todos recompensados como uma equipe. Adiante e juntos. Julie, Salisbury e Peter Clement. Chris está seguro e é só isso que importa. É o que você espera. Putz. Acho que não foi uma boa, cara. Natal apertado. Dia 48. É impossível não sorrir quando você olha a mesa. A neve acumulada na grama lá fora. As crianças gargalhando conforme a sua velha mãe tenta se manter acordada. Você sempre gostou do Natal. Agora é você que se senta na cabeceira da mesa, no lugar do seu pai. À sua frente, o lugar do Chris está vazio. Ele deve estar em alguma praia tropical ou algo assim. Você pensa. Seus olhos cruzam ao olhar da Sam, que sorri, provavelmente pensando a mesma coisa. Mesmo sem o Chris, a variedade de comida foi escassa esse ano. Mas ninguém parece notar. Caralho, velho. O Natal é realmente incrível. É realmente uma época incrível. Eu adoro o Natal, cara. Você olha ao redor para a sua repleta família. Você está gostando do Natal, vovó? Faz um brinde. Você levanta e ergue a sua taça. Feliz Natal, pessoal. Estou muito feliz de estarmos todos aqui. Bom, quase todos. Há alguns murmúrios de saúde, a utilidade de corpos brindando. Sua filha Suzy aproveita no momento para te encolar. Pai, você me ama muito, né? Você ergue a sobrancelha, esperando por o que vem por aí. Eu não vou gostar do que você vai dizer, né? Você brinca. Sabe que meus amigos e eu estamos planejando uma viagem esse ano, né? Ela começa inocentemente. Bom, eu estava pensando se você podia me ajudar com um pouco de dinheiro. Você ri. Eu sabia, consigo ler sua mente. Você ri enquanto sua filha de 19 anos olha para o teto. Você gostaria de dizer sim sem a menor preocupação, mas agora sua mãe veio morar com você e as coisas não são mais tão simples assim. De quanto estamos falando? Uns 300, ela murmura conforme brinca com as ervilhas do prato. Você tem que se controlar muito para não cuspir pela mesa o vinho que acabou de tomar. Eu sei que é bastante, querido. Intervenção. Mas os trens estão muito caros. Essa é uma oportunidade incrível para ela e eu já falei para ela que ela podia ir. Porra, chat, e agora, velho? Minha mãe vem morar comigo, a vovó vem morar comigo. Estamos pobre e miserável. O Santa no tropical se divertindo. Meu filho fazendo merda. Ai, cara. Natal, né, chat? Olha, me desculpe, mas a gente simplesmente não tem esse dinheiro. Tem razão. Eu vou dar um jeito. Vou dar um jeito, chat. Suzy sorri de orelha a orelha. Você está falando sério? Isso é maravilhoso. Obrigada, obrigada, obrigada. O clima é de alegria. O que é dinheiro? Riqueza atual. O que é dinheiro? Cara, chat.
Patrol.
Catrol. Caralho! 40 meses, Sage. Puta que pariu. 40 meses. Obrigado, Sage. Obrigado pelo apoio, carinho e o patrocínio. Tamo junto, meu bebê. É nóis. Obrigado, meu, de coração. Valeu pelos seus 40 meses, cara. Carai, Sage. Bota o tempo, né, Sage? Chat, meu braço, nossa, meu braço tá horrível. Vamos lá, chat, vamos continuar. Eu vou baixar a câmera um pouquinho aqui. Tá. O clima é de alegria. Sam coloca um chapéu na cabeça enquanto Charlie conta piadas sem graça para todos rirem. A casa está tomada por vozes e risada. Você observa sua família sorrindo. Sua mãe sussurra para você. Seu pai ficaria tão feliz. Seu pai ficaria tão feliz. Você seca as lágrimas com o guardanapo. Você tem muita sorte. Cara, o que é dinheiro, chat? Nossa, eu tô pobre, velho, num nível. Nossa, eu tô pobre num nível, velho. Puta que pariu, chat. Dia 72, um longo fim de semana. Por que o zíper dessa porcaria de mala não fecha? É seu aniversário de casamento. Todos os anos você e a Sam viajam um fim de semana, normalmente para acampar. Afinal, dinheiro não nasce em árvores. Faz tempo que vocês estão esperando esse momento. Finalmente, um tempo sozinhos, onde poderão se esquecer de problemas do dia a dia. Tem as crianças, sem trabalho, só um pouquinho de romance, paz e silêncio. Finalmente, o zíper perde a luta e você traz a mala escada abaixo. Secretária eletrônica pisca na mesinha do telefone. Boa noite, Alex. Aqui é o Sr. Bosman. Estou te ligando para informar que você terá que trabalhar no fim de semana. Meu coração se despedaça. Recebemos algumas informações sobre uma tensão crescente entre nossa nação e a impotência do exterior. E a equipe nacional de Night News vai trabalhar sem descanso para garantir o furo dessa reportagem. Não preciso dizer que espero que amanhã de manhã, às 8 em ponto. Tenha uma boa noite, Alex. A surpresa se transforma em frustração e em seguida irritação. O que você vai dizer para Sam? Caralho, velho. E agora, chat? Sua esposa desce as escadas, dançando com alegria. Ela te beija, apanha a chave do carro em cima do balcão e começa a colocar as malas no porta-malas. Ignore a mensagem, você precisa de final de semana. Peça mais sinceras desculpas para sua esposa, mas você realmente precisa trabalhar. A Bosman é conhecida por ser um pavio curto. Chat, e aí, cara? Eu não tenho mais dinheiro, velho. Se eu não trabalhar, eu tô fudido, cara. O que é dinheiro, velho? Olha o meu nível de riqueza. Vai, o que é dinheiro? Cara, e aí, chat? Chat, eu ainda vou acreditar que meu cunhado vai me trazer dinheiro, velho. Velho, eu não sei, cara. Eu vou ignorar a mensagem, eu vou com a minha mulher, velho. Eu vou com a minha mulher. Fudeu. A mensagem apagada. O que foi? Suja o vosso traço de você. Nada de importante, você responde enquanto veste o casaco e sente a adrenalina correr o seu corpo. Abraçando Sam pela cintura, vocês praticamente voam pela porta em direção ao carro. É melhor aproveitar os dias de folga, segunda-feira será um dia bem complicado. Fudeu, chat. Fudeu. Dia 75, retorno indesejado. Será que eu vou ser despedido? Quando você chega a trabalhar, na segunda-feira, amanhã você recebe alguns olhares de desprezo dos seus colegas exaustos. Há um recado sobre sua mesa, escrito em caneta vermelha. Estou exatamente desapontado. Winston. Valeu a pena? Valeu, né? Passei o dia com a minha mulher. Valeu a pena, chat. Dia 98. Autorização. Vendendo o outro rim. Seu filho Charlie espia sobre os seus ombros conforme você lê. Você sente que vencer é difícil. Você é um membro ativo da equipe. Você quer colher os frutos da cooperação? Junte aos determinados de Advance hoje mesmo. Adiante e juntos. Isso não se parece com o tal clube da juventude que ele falou. Charlie, apanha o folheto de suas mãos e lança o formulário no lugar. Então, eu posso ir lá logo depois da escola e a irmã do bem pode nos deixar em casa depois. Assim, você não precisa fazer nada. Você assina a autorização para seu filho participar do grupo determinado de Advance ou você se recusa na permissão do seu filho. Cara, e aí, chat? Nossa, cara. Ai, cara, eu mando meu filho pro grupo de jovens lá que vai se tornar as novas autoridades, chat. Ou você recusa e... Chat, eu vou recusar, cara. Eu não quero meu filho trabalhar pro governo, não, velho. Recusei. Problema, mas eu não acho que esse é um lugar certo para você. Você desenvolve um formulário para ele gentilmente. O quê? Sem justiça, por quê? Eu sei que parece justiça, cara, mas um dia você vai entender. Não, eu acho que a última vez eu escolhi ele sendo da lei. Entrada grátis. Um pessoal do trabalho que me deu, eles não podem ir. Fica Sam enquanto sacode as entradas alegremente. Você leu o título das letras grandes. Alan James tem razão, à sua frente. Não sei, o que você acha? A gente deve ir? Entradas grátis são entradas grátis. Ele é uma figura no mínimo, vamos rir bastante. Esse cara, vamos lá, cara, vamos com ele, vamos entrar. O show é divertido, mas muito menos do que você esperava. Ele é um orador poderoso e a parte do que ele disse ficou ecoando em sua mente, deitado na cama, naquela mesma noite, acordando bem depois que a Sam já dorme profundamente. Finalmente você entende, foi o público. Não estavam rindo, estavam berrando. O cara seria o novo juiz Dredd? Possivelmente. Dia 110, uma sociedade lucrativa. Depois de um dia de trabalho, especialmente longo, você chega em casa e encontra a correspondência separada em pilhas, como o Sam já tem feito recentemente. A maioria é bobagem de sempre, mas uma carta, logotipo da cada vez mais conhecida da Advance, urgente. Responda imediatamente. Escrito em uma fonte vermelha. Igualmente urgente, chama sua atenção. Melhor acabar logo com isso. Prezado família Winston. Essa carta é para informar que o governo da Advance deu mais um passo na nossa luta pela igualdade. Ao nacionalizar a maioria das corporações privadas e redistribuir seus recursos entre os cidadãos deste país, o programa de título da sociedade garante que a riqueza criada pelo povo será entregue ao povo. Mas você não se lembra de ter lido isso no manifesto. Todos os lares se tornarão sócios de uma entre 3 instituições cuidadosamente selecionadas pela Advance, com base no alto desempenho e segurança financeira consistente. Atenção, todos os rendimentos que baseiam na opinião pública e não podem ser garantidos. Selecione uma das seguintes opções. A ODQVSA, óleo de quem vê. Sejam cosméticos, roupas de alta costura, nós vemos a beleza em todos os nossos clientes. Ofertas do New é limitada. O New Maluco sempre tem uma oferta maluca para você. Ou Prazer SA. Nosso negócio é o prazer, de esportes a viagem, ou ao mesmo tempo aproveitar a própria companhia. Não se esqueça que o prazer rima com lazer. Chat, 1, 2 ou 3. Não vai com Ney Maluco, ou Olhos do que vê, ou Prazer SA. Cara, Prazer SA parece ser bem prazeroso, velho. Tá me chamando meio atenção, velho. Prazer SA 3? 3. Vamos de 3. Prazer SA, gente. Cadê? Qual que é o Prazer SA? Agradecemos a sua escolha. Por favor, retorne este formulário com o envelope fornecido. Você receberá um relatório sobre a sua sociedade. É um prazo de 3 a 6 meses. Parece que nem a própria Advance consegue escapar da burocracia governamental. Chat, então toda vez que a gente vê sobre coisa do Prazer SA, a gente tem que ir lá e escolher ela, velho. Tá ligado? Que é essa aqui, ó. É o onde a gente faz parte. Beleza? A gente tem que subir as ações dela, então. Porque se a gente é filiado dela, cara, se a gente ganhou algumas ações dela, se ela subir as ações, a gente também sai ganhando, cara. Tá ligado? E ó, essa aqui, ó. Lembra do dela, chat. Aqui, ó. Lembra dela. Por da nossa nação está na sociedade. Diante juntos, Julia Derisberg e Peter Clements. Quanta influência você poderia ter? Eu posso ter bastante influência, cara. Toda primeira vez que todo mundo do chat concorda, também acho, velho. Isso é bem preocupante, velho. Tá, chat. Vamos lá. Cara, eu ainda acho que o meu cunhado vai vir e vai me trazer grana. A tempestade. Qual que é o do prazer? É essa aqui, né? É azul. Sempre tem que passar ela. Conferir energia. Pera aí, chat. Beleza. E sempre aqui. Eu tenho que subir um pouco da Advance também. Esse aqui é de quem, cara? Eu vou botar essa aqui em terceiro. Vamos entender.
mandatory that you play it. You still have a free choice for the other two, so read those tape labels carefully, but make sure you play the advance advert, preferably at the second break. Right, that's the lot. Have a great show, Total Pimp. My God, that weather looks...
Ah, então essa aqui, ó, da Advance, ok.
Oh, how's it going with Steve?
Why are all men such pricks?
That one, eh?
Apparently he has a complicated relationship with his fish.
No.
Sorry, are you saying he chose his imaginary friend in the sky over you?
I don't know why I talked to you.
It probably is a really awful date.
10 seconds, everybody.
Pera aí, chat.
Like I said, all of you.
Did your personality accidentally slip out?
Pricks. Going in 5, 4, 3.
Good evening. I'm Jeremy Donaldson.
And I'm Megan Wolf. Our main stories tonight.
Uncooperative. A mysterious symbol has appeared overnight on thousands of buildings throughout the capital.
Tonight, in an exclusive live interview with Prime Ministers Julia Salisbury and Peter Clement, I'll be asking what this mysterious symbol might mean.
Critics have been quick to dismiss the graffiti as a publicity stunt or an act of frustration by a tiny disorganized group of those who
Eu
will
lembro desse
never,
grupo,
under any
velho.
circumstance,
É
Esse grupo chat.
We shall overcome. Trapped in Dante's taint for more than a month now, doctors Ingrid Svorsborg and Horgensvoord and David Wong announced today that they're considering 2 possible options.
With 2 of the finest minds in science working together, hopes are still high for the eventual return of the team to dry land.
Without enough engineers to successfully fix their craft, the team seem likely to attempt to farm the cavern's ecosystem while they wait for rescue from above ground. I think I'll stick to risotto, Jeremy.
Bearing their opinions, the formerly rich are fighting back with a naked protest.
Our very own Robin Short was on hand earlier today when this new protest group first presented themselves.
Spokesman Wentworth Somerset Bentley said today, "They've had the shirts off our backs. They might as well have the rest of it too." And while it's easy to laugh, perhaps we
Cara
should all
pelada
just be
ali, velho.
praising how desperate the formerly rich are to
Caralho,
regain their
velho.
power.
Fallen angel, notorious addict Johnny Hansleeve seems to have reached a new low in his battle with booze, as this recent picture reveals.
Johnny's star certainly lacks its former glow these days, with public concern over his mental and physical health growing at an alarming rate.
Since being banned from the national squad earlier this year after urinating on a referee during a friendly against East Grinchley, things seem to have gone from bad to worse for Hansleeves.
Is this once celebrated role model about to become the bad boy of sport?
And onwards and upwards. In an attempt to put the Mr. Snugglehugs disaster behind them, Rimington's Fist CEO Sophia Rimington today announced a brand new product that already has the markets buzzing with interest.
This groundbreaking product came as quite a shock when it was revealed earlier today, though its critics are sceptical that the young CEO can fulfill her promises.
When only a Flard will do, you need the Flardmaster 5000. That's the slogan accompanying the announcement that has rocked the construction industry this morning.
Okay.
The breakthrough device for aiding in installation is sure to change the way we see the humble Flard.
With that exclusive Prime Ministerial interview coming up later,
And our very own Patrick Bannon coming to you live from the first annual Sports Board final.
you won't want to miss a second of tonight's National Nightly News.
Foi muito bom, hein, chat. Gostei. Aí agora ela começa a apresentar o programa junto com o Jeremy, velho. Se eu não me engano. Os dois começam a apresentar o programa junto. Cara.
First tonight, after the Christmas horror caused by Mr. Snugglehugs, we have an exclusive interview with one of the victims.
Poor 7-year-old Timmy Tadlock, like so many of those affected by the Christmas bloodbath, has spent the last 3 months undergoing a series of reconstructive facial surgeries.
Last week, joyfully, he spoke for the first time since the tragedy. Tonight, he talks to us.
Before we go to the interview, however, this station would like to issue a full and frank apology for any part we may have played in the tragedy. We should never have advertised Mr. Snugglehugs. Without our publicity, the sheer scale of this tragedy, and now upwards of 8,000 casualties, might have been averted.
On behalf of the Nightly News team, we're sorry.
In future, we will do better.
Now it's over to Robin Short at the Tadlock family home. Robin?
Thank you, Megan. I'm here with Mr. and Mrs.
É isso, mas não, quando tá verde a audiência tá boa. Esse verde aqui, ó, é quando tá alguém falando, que eu tenho que mostrar a câmera quando tá o verde. Eu tenho que falar.
It's all right. Wasn't your fault.
Cara, de novo,
As
velho.
you can see, Megan, there's still a few open wounds here. I'll tread carefully. I'm going to speak to Timmy now.
Quem é time,
Hello,
velho?
Timmy. Can you see me?
Mummy, who's that lady?
It's the lady from television, Timothy. She's going to ask you a few questions.
And you be careful now, it upsets him to remember.
Don't worry, Mr. Tadlock. I wasn't the youngest ever editor of the Swinstead Middle School Inquirer for no reason. So, Timmy, can you tell us what happened to you? You had just unwrapped Mr. Snugglehugs, hadn't you? Was it the
Beleza.
tree?
Yes, I could smell him already. He smelled like love.
Ah, yes, that'll be the fur. It's scented with hoof.
I was so excited. I ran up to my room and gave him a big hug. He was so soft and warm, like our
Caralho, velho, deixa eu ver o que a menina quer falar.
Porsche.
Bloody cat had a death wish.
And what did Mr. Snugglehugs say to you?
He blinked his real action eyes and said, "You're my very best friend." But I sure wish Mrs. Snugglehugs was here, and she can't be for just $89.99. And then it's the general error. 41.
And is that when he burst into flames?
Look careful.
And then he exploded.
Oh, look, I've asked you nicely.
And am I right in saying that one of his real action eyes is now permanently embedded in your cheek?
Yes. When I took him in at night,
É basicamente as legendas aqui. Eu não sei se acho que ela é por causa que era TV, tá ligado? Mas se você não perdeu ela aqui, você pode ver ela aqui.
it glows through bandages. I know it's under there, staring at me.
Yeah, some of the other children have started calling him Timmy Three Eyes. And with his glasses, that's 5.
It's too many eyes, Robin.
And what's the last thing you remember
Meu Deus,
before the
cara.
darkness overtook you?
He looked at me with his one eye and laughed. Laughed as he burst.
It sounds very traumatic.
Oh.
Do you have nightmares?
All right, that's quite
Do you,
enough of
Timmy?
you two
Timmy?
coming in here with your camera trying to make a buck out of our suffering. I won't have it.
Mr. Tadlock, just a couple more questions. Timmy, do you think you will ever be what we can
No,
call
no, you've had your
normal
questions,
again?
and now look. Oh, you
Caralho,
made him
velho, que tá
cry, all
acontecendo?
3 of his eyes.
Calm down, you're
I will
Do you
not-
think your parents will ever
Dear
really love you
Marjorie.
again?
Right, that's it. Enough. Come on,
I'm happy, Mr. Tadlock.
Caralho! Caralho!
Timmy, are you okay? Oh.
So there you have it, Megan. Just one of the many victims of an indescribable tragedy that has shaken our nation.
I'm bleeding,
Back
am
to
I
you.
not?
Thank you, Robin. Harrowing stuff.
And many questions to be answered by Sophia Remington in the coming days and
I
months
give
of
it-
Major. How will she turn this crisis around?
So, Jeremy, what are the warning signs a consumer should look out for when they're spotting a dangerous toy?
Well, Megan, experts advise to always check for the new advance mark, which guarantee a level of safety and quality.
Yeah, can we just get a close-up on camera 3 here? So if we take a look at this National Nightly News mug, you should see the mark just on the base of it there.
In the wake of the scandal, the government were praised for their swift response in bringing in this set of stringent checks and new products.
It certainly is good to know that someone's watching out for our families. When we come back, our very own Patrick Bannon will be live from the Sports Board Finals. Stick around, you won't want to miss it.
We'll be back after these messages.
1 minute back.
Oh, sorry, I'm bursting.
Tava aí no banheiro.
Very good.
Who?
Megan,
A Megan.
Yes.
watch your back, Jeremy. Women are coming.
I'm more worried about this water dipping into my head.
Água pingando na minha cabeça.
Alex, Bozeman, we're getting reports in that naked protesters might try
Oxe, tá chovendo.
sport final by waving their fleshy bits about. Try and make sure you don't broadcast it. It's 6 p.m. for God's sake. No one wants to see fannies on the news. Bozeman out.
Oxe, periquita, aqui tá mostrando periquita, velho.
And many more. Every week, alongside your ironmongery, you'll get this in-depth companion magazine, charting the highs and lows of DIY history. From the Canterbury nut shortage to the socket screw riots of '29, this detailed guide will bring to life some of your favourite metalworking moments. Start your collection today, and we'll send you the first 8 editions with no postage or packing. That's right, no postage, no packing. Plus, you'll also receive this exclusive little bit of drill bit absolutely free.
Yes,
So,
I understand that,
what are
but
you
I
waiting
always
for?
say welcome
Start
back.
collecting today.
I think we should just keep it as it is.
Well, of course you do. I've got one hack line.
What's that supposed to mean? I didn't write it, Jeremy.
That's all right, fine. Jenny, there's something wrong with the auto cue.
10 seconds.
Oh, I just felt a drip again. Have they not fixed this?
Want to see us fry? It's good for the ratings.
Oh! A água que tá caindo aqui no negócio dele.
Welcome back to the National Nightly News. I'm Megan Wolfe. Coming up later, we'll be speaking to the Prime Ministers about their exciting new
Ó, o
healthcare
balde de
facilities
pago
and
tá
transition
pingando.
centres.
Nice to see
Chat,
you.
o melhor esporte do mundo, chat. O melhor esporte
We're
do
going now to our
mundo.
own Patrick Bannon, who's reporting live from the
O
finals
melhor
of the
esporte
new
do
game that's
mundo.
gripping the nation, Sports Board. Patrick?
That's right, Megan. You join me live here for the final of the first annual Sport
Primeiro
Board
campeonato
Championship. It's been a
anual de
contested competition so
futebol.
far. I think it's fair to say
Melhor
these two have been
esporte,
dancing
chat.
around each other all season. First up, we have Eddie Striker. She's the more experienced of our 2 players today. Striker has got an accuracy of 7, a danger rating of K, and a 12-month driving ban. Striker's known for her signature move, the lanky hamster. And facing her tonight, hoping to prove himself with a career record of 12 outs, 14 finishes, and a divorce pending, it's Mr. Wingspan himself, Tommy, the fingernail Harris. Just waiting on the ref now. The slapping ceremony is taking part.
Ai, eu adoro esse esporte, velho.
Striker, of course, first to start as she won the trivia round earlier on by some margin.
The robe.
Harris, perhaps the brawn and not the brains. Stupid. Eddie Striker. Nice start there from Striker. She's determined not to let the nerves show. Not after last time.
Linda, linda, linda. Muito bom.
On to Mr. Harris now. Tommy. Using his arm to pick up the ball.
Ótimo, ótimo.
Not a bad shot there from Harris. Back to Striker for shots number 3. All right.
Muito
She's
bom.
gone to sort of
Muito
throw
bom.
under her legs.
Nossa, maravilhosa. Jogou muito. Muito, 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 chat.
Bit of business with the ref, but it got sorted out. Back to Harris now. A ball in the hand is worth 2 in the bush.
Ó,
Football. Move back.
pisou na linha.
I'd say
Pisou na
that's
linha.
fair, but what do I know? Oh no, and Harris is not going to be happy.
Maravilhoso.
With that. So really not a good start there for Tommy Harris in round 1. We can only hope that round 2 treats him a bit better. But first, of course, after the argument with the ref section, it's time to change ends.
Cara, isso é muito
Now we
bom
have
esse
the ceremony
esporte, velho.
changing of the ends.
É?
And of course, now they go back to the starting positions, as that makes sense. Striker giving it large.
Second round. Double. Harris.
Winter round 2 now with Harris. Okay, we seem to have some sort of streak on the pitch. Apologising.
Eita, caralho, mulher pelada!
She appears to have slogans across her breast.
Eita, caralho, peraí. Tá mostrando mulher pelada, chat, calma.
I'm sure we're going to take them out as soon as possible.
Eita, mulher correndo pelada pelo esporte. Calma aí, calma aí.
As I said, we're going to get the situation resolved as soon as possible.
Calma, calma. Eita, porra. Não, peraí. Eita, porra.
I'm struggling to follow.
Calma.
It's quite nice, and women's body. Yeah. All right, great. Okay, so back into round 2 now.
Deu tudo certo. Tranquilo, tranquilo. Voltamos a dançar. Ótimo.
Eddie Striker. No, it's just some of the tightest play I've seen ever.
Cara, tô suando, velho. Ele vai conseguir, chat. Calma.
And was that offensive thumb screw? We haven't seen that since the Heats. What a
Ah,
brilliant
caralho,
move.
quase. Foi boa, foi boa, foi boa.
Back to Striker.
Não, não, não.
And we know what
Vambora.
that means, ladies and
Não,
gentlemen.
ela não vai fazer, ela vai fazer, ela vai fazer, chat. Ah, cara, sério. Calma.
Excellent bit of play here on both sides of the bucket.
Tranquilo.
I don't know about you at home, but I'm finding the technical mastery in display here absolutely blooming jaw-dropping. The ref has spotted something in Harris's neck or head. And Harris is having an absolute shocker. What a miserable start there.
Eu sabia. Eu sabia. Eu sabia. Literalmente, cara, não dá.
But now, of course, it's time for the half-time
Nossa.
show. Sponsored by Remington Smith.
On my whistle, on my whistle.
Must be some music here to start the half-time show. Okay, another posh protest solution.
Para que tem um cara pelado, velho. Pera, chat, eu tô pelado. Calma, tem um cara. Eita, porra, tem um cara pelado ali, velho. Meu Deus, não, calma, tá tudo controle. Tranquilo. Tô controlando. Calma. Tá, pô, fudeu. Ok. Opa, ok.
Really, if you ask me, not Sunday
Tranquilo.
morning television. And out of there, hopefully taken away, never to be seen again.
Final poses. Oh boy, cannot be in the final pose.
And a lovely finish there on both sides of the bucket. I wouldn't like to call that one.
Calma,
And as we
tranquilo,
come into round
tranquilo.
three, I'd love to know what's going on in these two players' heads, but unfortunately, because of science, we can't.
Porra, foi falta, cara, literalmente, velho. Beleza.
Not bad. So that ball boy's giving me the eye all day. I don't know what's going on there. Striker there, not a great start.
Boa.
Flustered, I think, after all that.
Foi boa, chat.
Back to Harris here. But what I wouldn't give to be that ball, am I right, ladies? Tommy Harris. And it dribbled down his arm, which is actually a really good move, because of course if it dribbles down his arm and goes on the floor, it's not going in the bucket.
Vai ser muito bom, velho.
Back to striker. And striker's gone for the animal bonus there, but of course,
Ele mandou bônus, chat. Nossa, e no final, caralho. Nossa. Brenda, se eu te contar que nem a gente sabe, velho. Você acreditaria?
Harris receives possession now.
Harris to serve now. Harris, of course, undefeated by Kestrel in his last 4 battles. So, here we go. Tommy Harris. That's all right.
A vida, pessoa que a gente tava entendendo alguma coisa.
Very clever there.
Ai, cara, muito bom.
From the referee, who's being, if you ask me, a little bit harsh. Ellie Striker. And she's let the nerves get to her. What the hell was that? You hate to see it, don't you? You cannot believe it. Oh, for God's sake.
Oh, eita caralho, eita porra, de novo. Agora são os dois, chat. Agora é o casal, chat. Meu Deus, chat, é o casal. Ó, aí complicou, chat, aí complicou, velho. Pera aí, calma. Eita, caralho. Calma. Eita, caralho. Tá em todo lugar, tá tudo em todo lugar. Perdi a audiência, velho. Caralho. O pastor chegou bem na hora, chat. Pessoal, o que vocês vão ver agora é um esporte. Por favor, não entenda errado. É um esporte. É um esporte. Fica na mente. É um esporte. Pastor, obrigado pela rádio. Obrigado pelo host. Tá, calma, chat. Cadê o povo pelado? O povo pelado tá no... Pera aí. Eita, cara, censurei. Calma. Calma. O povo pelado tá no canal... Calma, tá no TV 4. Pera aí, eita, pô. O povo pelado de novo. Pera aí, o povo pelado foi pra menina. Calma, TV 3. Ela tá correndo pro cara, não posso mostrar. Calma. Se livrar do povo pelado, se livrou. Beleza, vamos voltar pro campeonato, chat. Beleza. Calma, chat. Ó. Cara, jogou muito. Meu Deus, que lançamento, foi na moral. Nunca duvidei, velho. James Heffy é o cara desse esporte, velho. É o cara, chat. A Lisa não vai conseguir ganhar, velho. A Lisa não vai ganhar, cara. Ela não vai conseguir. Não. Ela não vai mandar o galo. Calma, tranquilo. Para isso, ok.
And she's put it in her mouth like as if it was an egg.
Calma.
And now she's spat it out. She did the egg spit. So a wonderful move there, quite late on.
Puta que pariu, cara.
But she's in it to win it. On it like a car bonnet.
E aí, FQ, como que você tá? Passou? Obrigado pela rádio, tem os reis, boa noite também. Deleste, boa noite, meu bebê, como que você tá? Tudo bem com você? Calma, calma que eles vão jogar, ele vai jogar. Tá descascando, ok. Ok. Não, cara, não, cara. Não, cara, não. Não, 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 velho, não.
We just have to wait for the referee now to announce it to make sure it is all official.
Contestants in, please. And the winner of the first annual Sports Board Championship
Ah, ela não ganhou, ela.
is...
Todo mundo, chat, eu nunca duvidei.
E rapas, mais um mês nesse velho ancião de eras muito antigas que a nossa mente não consegue nem imaginar como eram as coisas. Não basta ser um velhinho, ainda tem que nos mostrar essa pouca vergonha com pessoas desnudas. Aproveitando esse resube, venho aqui pedir para esse velhinho que todo mundo ama cantar um parabéns pra mim, já que meu nível foi quinta-feita. Te amo, velho safado.
Foi? Caralho, Stelle. Não, caralho. Pô, parabéns, meu querido. Muitos anos de vida, muitas felicidades, muitas alegrias, muitas realizações pra você, viu, Stelle? Apesar de ser um arrombado, você é uma pessoa maravilhosa, viu? Gosto muito de ti.
I'm going to be celebrating tonight with my wife and children. Another wonderful victory for me. Here come the on-site security.
Foi incrível, velho.
They're 6th and 7th respectively. And thanks again for watching the Sports Board Championships. What more is there to say? I'm Patrick Bannon. Looking forward to celebrating tonight. And all that's left to say, Jeremy, is back to you in the studio.
Patrick Bannon there had an extraordinary final.
Historic sports board, Jeremy.
I didn't know you were a fan.
Yeah, I can wrench a doubler with the best of them, I'll have you know.
I certainly wouldn't bet against you.
When we come back, I'll be talking live with Prime Ministers Julia Salisbury and Peter Clement, who apparently have a big announcement you wouldn't want to miss.
That's coming up after these messages.
1 minute back.
Fucking microphone shocked me.
What?
Fucking microphone just shocked me. Where's that sound guy?
Everything okay?
Oh, the mics are just trying to kill us now, apparently.
You'll be fine. You're unshockable.
I'm immune to your cheap flattery.
I'm wearing you down.
Postman again. Just heard from the chaps in maintenance that this storm is causing the odd power surge. Some of your controls might be a bit, dangerous. Now, I know you're tough and you can take
Caralho, sério que eu vou tomar choque?
news broadcast, but too many in quick succession can stop the old ticker. I'm sure you'll make the right decisions.
So sorry about all the sprockets. We seem to have sprung a leak. Well, several, actually.
Ah, o bêbado aí, chat.
We'll look into it.
Minister, it's so good to see you again.
Miss Wolfe, your star seems to be in the ascendant.
It's a great time to be alive.
Too bloody right, Peter Clement.
Megan Wolfe.
My, but that's a firm handshake you've got there.
She's tougher than she looks. Am I here?
Here, with Mr. Clement on your left.
Right you are, pet. Is your sea damp?
10 seconds, everybody.
Ai, caralho.
5, 4, 3.
Susto! Caralho.
Welcome back. I am delighted to be joined by Prime Ministers Julia Salisbury and Peter Clement. Welcome to the National Nightly News, Prime Ministers.
Oh, please, it's just Julia and Peter.
We don't believe much in titles. It doesn't seem very advanced.
We're delighted to be here.
Well, firstly, I should ask how you feel about the graffiti that's been springing up across the capital. Should we be worried?
Oh, no, you definitely
Cow,
shouldn't be worried.
chat.
Well, not unless you've got a fatal paint allergy anyway.
But yes, it does seem that there are still some people we haven't been able to help.
You know, whingers mostly.
People who've yet to benefit from the many advantages of the new future.
And you know, Megan, as my old mum used to say, there are some pissants who just don't know how to be happy.
We're working hard to reach these people, find out what they're angry about and how we can help. The door to my government is
Olha pro
always...
teto, velho. Acho que tem água pingando nele, velho.
But we didn't come here to talk about what may yet turn out to be some alternative arts project.
Which we know.
Eu acho que tem água opinião dele, velho, do teto.
We want to talk to the nation about something far more exciting.
Yes, your office briefed us that you have an announcement to make, but they were being surprisingly secretive about it.
Let me ask you a question, Megan.
Oh, okay, it's not usually how it works, but...
What scares you? I mean, really scares you?
It's death, Pet. She's talking about death.
We're all afraid of our deaths. It's part of being human.
Sorry, are you saying that Advance have cured death?
Isso aqui é balde, por causa da chuva. Ai, cara, que susto.
While we may not have cured death, we hope we found a way to make it much less scary.
And much less painful and much less expensive. Look, which is me close-up camera?
Oh,
there?
sorry, yes, it's camera 4 right there.
When I was 13, my mum came and got me from school. He had to go to the hospital. My granddad, he'd collapsed that morning, so we'd all to say our goodbyes. And I went in to see him. He were all frail and pale. And I was scared because I'd only seen him the week before, and he'd been fit as fiddle. And he said to me, Peter, he said, it's the right time. I don't ever be a burden to the people I love.
Caralho, velho.
Last time you saw him.
Nope, 3 days later he were back home. He lived with us for 9 miserable years after that.
Carai.
He had to be fed with a rubber spoon. He had a commode, so he'd just take a shit right there in the lounge while we were watching football. He wouldn't even wait till half time.
That sounds...
It was awful. It were awful for us, and this is the point. It were awful for him. He could see it was destroying me, man, watching him slowly fade away. And he would beg her to turn off his breathing equipment at night, but she couldn't. Or she wouldn't.
Okay. Tranquilo, tá todo mundo tranquilo por enquanto?
She didn't want to lose the children, as well as her old man.
No family should have to suffer like Peter's did. And now no family will have to. The health service is
Cara, olha nossa audiência, chat.
300 new transition centers.
The transition centres will handle everything for your last days. The legal, financial, medical and emotional costs are all catered for and paid for by the government. So even the poorest citizen gets to pass on with dignity when they choose.
And that choice is important.
Yes.
This is a service only for people who choose it. For people who feel they run their course and don't want to burden themselves or their families with a slow, long, humiliating decline.
Caralho! O cara xingou!
Oh, we're still on the air, Peter.
Yes, sorry, my apologies.
Caralho, pedi um monte de audiência, velho!
That this new system might be open to...
Nossa, eu pedi um monte de audiência porque o cara te xingou, velho!
Sorry, I've got sacked again. Can I get a little bit of help here, please?
That the older generation might feel somewhat...
Jesus, I rolled your face, fucker! That one was massive! Right, no, this bastard's coming off!
Sorry, the older
Caralho, eu
generation
pedi um monte de audiência, eu não consigo parar. Cara...
somewhat coerced.
Ok.
Coerced into spending their final days eating gourmet food and drinking fine wine and luxury spas and...
Nossa, eu pedi muita audiência, chat.
Perfectly capable of... with a rusty twat!
Prime Minister, please watch your language.
Nossa, fudeu a audiência, chat.
For fuck's sake!
Go get yourself sorted out.
Right.
We're launching a government information...
Nossa, eu pedi um monte de audiência, velho. Ela tomou choque, eu xingou pro caralho, velho. Que caralho.
It's hard to believe you've yet to be in office a year.
Oh, Megan, we're only getting started.
And on that note, thank you both so much for being here. Jeremy.
Right, yes,
Porra, velho.
time for tonight. Thank yous go out to our guests.
Nossa, me fudeu muito, velho, esses raios, cara.
All the winners at the Sports Board final.
O cara tomando raio no cu e eu levando raio aqui, velho.
If you can, have a peaceful night.
And we're out. Good job, everybody.
Nossa, eu fiquei até torto, velho.
So they just... I don't suppose there's any way this could be a good thing.
Caralho, velho.
Transition, the other I start the leak.
Eu tomei choque, velho. Eu fui parar. Cara. Nossa, ele foi uma nota E, velho. Nossa, foi horrível, cara. Tirei um C. O que é dinheiro, chat? Vendendo rim. Nossa, a situação tá feia, cara. Tá. A gente tem que continuar aumentando o PC, chat. Ok. Nossa, foi horrível, velho. Os caras não gostam da gente. CH1, que é o canal, também não gosta da gente. Nossa, que horrível. Conseguiu aí distribuir as keys. Viu, pessoal do YouTube? Ganhamos várias keys da galera da Tiny Beer. Fizemos o sorteio desse jogo aí. Então aparece nas lives, cara. Aparece nas lives. twitch.tv/ZazaBruxo live todos os dias às 5 horas. Pô, fudeu, velho. Passou, tá fazendo. É o Jeremy, velho. Nossa, pessoa incrível, velho. Dia, o isolamento. Sabe que eu falei pra vocês que rolou pandemia no jogo também, velho?
Alex, oh thank God you're alive. It's Jenny, the floor manager. Are you okay? Alex, you need to get it together. Look at the broadcast screen. Just look at it. That's all we've been putting out since you went down. You have to fix it now. Look left, Alex, out the window.
Pera aí, o que eu tenho que fazer?
They're all over it, little bastards. You're going to need a full charge to clear that many off. Hold down the big button until it's fully charged. Then release it to zap the little fuckers.
Ah, os bichinhos aqui no negócio! Caralho, os...
Alex, we're broadcasting again. They must have built up while you were napping. Usually it only takes a tap on the button to clear one. Look, there's a lone one climbing now. Zap it off before it starts to mess up the signal again. Quickly, Alex, fry it!
Calma, mulher!
Great. That seems to be the last of them. For now. Right. We're about a minute out. Get the adverts loaded up. I've got to deal with my pet idiot. And Alex, keep your ears open.
Eu não lembrava não, cara. Não lembrava não.
Don't let them build up.
Caralho, tem um monte de bicho nas antenas,
This
velho.
has no credibility, Jenny. No professionalism. It's not a mess. Everything is where it should be. It's ramshackle and characterful, and I expect you to know the difference.
Você lembra quando eu falei pra vocês que ia rolar a pandemia? Aí, ó, eles estão em casa, velho, fazendo programa.
Thanks, Jenny. How's lock-in with the boyfriend going?
Decided to take his chances on the wild streets, eh? Rather than endure another romantic comedy.
Jeremy, Jenny says your hair looks stupid.
Yes, I can hear her.
And she says she's not talking to you.
Yes, I know, I can hear her.
Shall I count us in?
Make it so.
Okay, 10 seconds. Break a leg, everyone.
Preferably a furry one.
5, 4, 3.
Good evening, I'm Jeremy Donaldson.
And I'm Megan Wolfe. Our main stories tonight.
Snugglefucked? It's been almost 5 weeks since all the Mrs. Snugglehugs toys woke up simultaneously in factories worldwide and began searching for their husbands. The Mr. Snugglehugs we had so short-sightedly destroyed. And now, as this photograph suggests, they may be changing tactics.
Built to surprisingly traditional gender stereotypes, the Mrs. Snugglehugs have been arming themselves with a variety of household implements. All the more reason to make sure that cat flap is taped up good and tight.
This frightening new development means that even those previously thought to be relatively safe, like the young and fit, must take care to watch their
Os
backs
bonecos assassinos,
and keep
velho.
their ears open for the
Olho
soft
da
steps
criança, velho.
Going stir crazy with signs of Mrs. Snugglehug's batteries running out and the government lockdown now in its 31st day, domestic relationships across the country are taking some unexpected turns.
Dramatic reports are beginning to emerge of uncharacteristically bold behaviour in homes across the country. And we're not talking about the model planes that occupy so much time in the Donaldson household.
With dating options limited, many house sharers, in particular students, are finding solace in co-tenants they'd previously rejected as unfuckable, indulging in an activity that has become known as snuggle tugging.
Old dogs, new tricks. Bad boy celibacy Johnny Handsleeves announced today that he just can't wait until this lockdown's over so he can start his new career.
It is, of course, up to each of us to choose how we spend this brief spell of collective unconsciousness. But if this photograph, sent by the man himself, is anything to go by, Johnny seems to be making some interesting decisions with regard to his time at home.
Okay.
Describing the lockdown as the rehab I never knew I needed, Hamsleeve seems to have decided to capitalise on that aggressive streak, announcing today that he intends to join the growing underground street fighting association when the lockdown ends, where he will, and I quote, take any wanker on for a fiver.
The shape of things to come.
Cara, travou, véi!
For more than 45 years now, the descendants of Doctors David Wong and Ingrid Svorsborgen Horgensvoord and their unfortunate team today managed to get a personal statement to the surface using flagellized imaging equipment.
Many of the Svorsborgen Horgensbrood, as they've come to be known, have certainly captured the public imagination, with a recent vote naming Helvetica Svorsborgen Wongensvoord the most likely to survive a massive electric shock.
Times Forsborg and Wongensford here with another pointless message that no one will ever see. We've been down here so long now, and you never communicate. What's happening up there? Have you all fucked off into space? Like to fuck off into space? Ladies.
Ai, bicho do inferno!
It's harvest time again. Like it
Meu Deus! Sai, demônios!
Harvest not what it was.
Que era aquela coisa? São verbos do... É tipo uns monstros do... Eles descobriram uma caverna. E esses bichos estão saindo dessas cavernas. É tipo uns demônios que vêm atacar a gente. Comedor de energia, eles ficam comendo energia. Meu Deus. É os bichos do The Forest.
It's hard to believe they've been down there so long.
But everyone knows time moves differently underwater, Jeremy. That's why baths take so long.
That's right. And as anyone will tell you, the deeper the bath,
the quicker the relativistic forces of temporal causality will have a measurable effect upon the fixed dimensional parameters of your environment.
Yes, I've said that many times.
Papers, please. With the lockdown becoming ever more rigorously enforced, having a passport is becoming increasingly important, Alex.
The government caused controversy today by announcing a fresh charge of passport fraud with an imaginative form of punishment for those found guilty of this brand new but incredibly serious crime.
The international community have been critical of Advance's decision to begin branding those found to be abetting passport fraudsters. The red hot metal may seem painful, but I'm told it's actually preferable to most music currently in the charts.
Caralho, são marcando os caras com um ferro quente. Os caras que tem passaporte, velho. Sem passaporte, quer dizer?
In the accompanying release, they asked us to stress that they have been listening and that this should be taken as a response to how the people really feel.
We've certainly done our bit on this show to contribute to the political climate. But let's not forget, how we behave in our home lives is what really matters.
Let's hope it's not just me who filled out that questionnaire, Jeremy, or we're all in trouble.
Let's play that statement.
Good evening. One of the many new jobs I have
Sai, bicho! Os bichos não param, velho.
On a daily basis with the Department of Perambulation, and they have made me aware of these. Now, these are genuine requests from citizens for permission to go outside. Now, I would like to share a few of these with you tonight under the loose heading of what the fuck is wrong with you people? How difficult is this to grasp? So I'd like to start with James from Angerhampton, who says he needs to go out because there's a duck in the park that I like to try and feed on a Friday.
Véi, esse bicho não para, velho.
Flackington, and I think we're really starting to bond. No, James, they make their hives in parks. And then Katie, from Self-Righteous on Sea, wants to go out so she can deliver homemade meals to the elderly. No, Katie, stay at home. Your casserole's dire, and Shirley can get by with tins of creamed rice from the 1950s. And you, Lewis, from Bamblebury, those screams you heard in the alley last night behind your house are best left to the police.
Véi, que bicho chato, cara.
As clear as I can. Think first, Stop sending me stupid, sodding requests and stay inside. Pretend it's not happening until we tell you it's all over. Thank you.
Delectable stuff.
Later tonight, Jeremy will be catching up with brave roving reporter Patrick Bannon, while I check in with two friends of the programme who find themselves stranded at opposite ends of the country.
And then, in part 3, there's going to be a quiz. Presumably because there's nothing more important going on that you might like to report on if you were, say, a news programme.
And in a moment, we'll both be asking Sophia Rimington how such a trusted brand can have made such a terrible manufacturing mistake.
With what it describes here as help from popular psychic scientist Delia Lywell.
Oh, I like her.
No, you don't. Why do you do that?
That's all coming up on tonight's
National Nightly News. And here she comes.
Meu Deus, bicho! A cara do Jerry, velho. O Jerry tá muito triste, velho. Meu Deus! Meu Deus!
How did we get here? Where are we going? And most importantly, who's to blame?
Joining us from her ranch in Arlingsfield, Millkirky is the CEO of Rimington's Fist, internationally respected business Svengali, Sophia Rimington.
Thank you for having me, Megan. I'm a huge fan of your work.
And from a crystal healing laboratory in what I assume is a garage in Upper Lowington, inexplicably renowned psychic scientist, Dr. Delia Lywell. Thank you for being here.
Thank you for having us.
Sorry, us?
Myself and the eminent professors.
Is that what you call the voices in your head?
I seem to attract dead scientists. I don't really know why.
The money?
They express themselves to me through ethereal algebra and quadratic predictions. It's all very
Você fala com as vozes na sua cabeça, velho.
I concur. Miss Remington, the entire Snuggle Hugs range will surely go down as the biggest public relations disaster in history, won't it?
Well, of course, that's one world record we would never have sought to claim.
Jerry já não aguenta mais, ele tá em casa preso, né,
There
velho?
is only one thing that can be said. I'm sorry. We're sorry. From everyone here at Rimington's Fist, but especially the dedicated inventors and world-beating engineers at Rimming Toys, we are deeply, deeply sorry. Who could have predicted that letting a child's toy learn how to love could have such unforeseen consequences?
Caralho, boneco assassino, brother.
We see you, Sophia Rimington. You are preening by a metal vessel, and where you venture, you see neither land nor sky.
Is that supposed to be the future?
Only the past is concrete. I remember being a child in my grandpa's workshop when he made the first dancing hangman toy. He put it by my bed, and when I couldn't sleep, I'd wind it up and let it go, and I'd watch that happy little executioner wiggle and wave his tiny noose and dance before my eyes. Grandpa sold thousands of them, on the quiet, obviously. And he used the money he made to found Rimming Toys, which is now just one small part of the global supermassive megacore that is Rimington's Fist. Sadly, we lost Grandpappy along the way. He died in a fire at the preschool tobacco factory. Another one of his pet.
Caralho, velho, como assim,
He
velho?
never lost his spirit of invention.
Yes, I'm not entirely certain what your grandfather's offensive toys have to do with the current predicament.
The spirit of invention, Mr. Donaldson. The passion to create, to problem solve. And that is why I'm here today. To tell you about a brand new product we're launching
perdi negócio, merda.
tonight.
Woo! We said science! Science! We hear its song on the breeze, its breath on the wind, its fart under the covers.
How does she do it?
Well, please, don't keep us in suspense any longer.
It won't be my feature she's making up next.
Rimington's Fist is proud to present Snuggle Traps. Safety and security in these dangerous times. Each box of Snuggle Traps contains 8 devices, all guaranteed to stop.
Caralho, os bichos não param, velho!
That's enough for a small lawn or 4 window boxes. And you want to know the best thing? They're only $129.99 a box. Now that is.
Ela tá vendendo o quê? A cama de cachorro?
We see you, Jeremy Donaldson.
Not now, honey, I'm mid-pitch. The best thing about Snuggle Traps is they're powered by next-generation Flardinium batteries. So, however long the enemy lasts, these traps will outlast them.
We see you, Mr. Donaldson. You are screaming and yelling. Your friends are crying. They fear you. And then you're gone.
Was she?
Oh my god, I just got chills. Did anyone else just get chills then?
I think I did.
I think it's more concerned. I think I'd be more concerned about these traps. Quickly, before we go to the break, these appear to be attractively repackaged landmines. Aren't they dangerous, say, to children?
Oh, hell yeah. These are not toys, but they're explosive fun.
Caralho, velho.
Sophia Remington, Dr. Delia Lywell, thank you for joining us.
When we come back, we'll be taking a look at the situation across the country tonight.
Don't go away. We'll be back after these bandages.
Was that all right?
Oh, yes, Doctor, that was exactly what we...
Nossa, gente, eu morrer.
Very nice, that young Miss Remington.
I think she'd make an interesting dinner guest.
Do you think so? I think I'd rather spend the evening shoving Delia's sacred crystals up my skeptical arsehole.
Minha bunda cética.
It's Dave. You're not going to believe this, but I've decided to come home. Listen, I'll call you back at the next break and we can talk about how I get me job back. Cheers, Alex. See you, mate.
Oxe, como assim, velho? O cara quer tomar meu emprego, velho.
Good wishes of your colleagues and a non-specific corporate apology.
Yeah.
For a limited time, get your hands...
Oh, exactly, you said it. He must know, he's not stupid. I just don't want it getting back to him that it came from us.
É muito massa as cenas assim por trás das câmeras, né?
Now. We're in this together. It's gonna work. We'll get him. I've made the plane, you're on the balloons. I've got no idea.
And I caught my own reflection. I thought, what a brave young man.
Okay, come in 5, 4, 3.
Okay, vambora.
Welcome back to the National Nightly News. I'm Megan Ruth. Now it's time to take a trip around the country to hear how the lockdown night
Sai, demônios!
some friendly faces. Joining me are respected academic Katie Brightman and author of Alan James's Kites, Alan James. Thank you for joining me.
It's a pleasure. Thanks for having me, Megan.
Thanks, Megan. It really is a pleasure, Katie. I enjoyed our little heated encounter.
I wish I could say the same.
So first off, Katie, how are you coping?
I'm holding up okay. The lockdown directive was so sudden that, like many people, I haven't been able to get home.
Oh no, what happened?
I was staying at a hotel after an international policy convention, and we had a particularly heavy night out. You know what economists are like.
Notoriously hate splitting the bill.
And I overslept, and as you can imagine, I've been here ever since. But there are certainly people much worse off.
Nossa, meu braço.
Exactly. My tour has been
Ah,
cancelled indefinitely, and I've had to refund every single ticket, even the cheap seats.
Oh, Alan, I'm so sorry to hear that.
Yeah, people are being quite rude about it. They don't seem to realise I've already
Meu
spent
Deus,
the
bicho!
beach house with beef.
The crisis claims yet another victim.
So, this is just a reminder that my book, Alan James's Right, is now available in paperback.
Unbelievable.
What was that?
You're unbelievable.
So, Katie, how do you think this might affect the economy? Should we be worried?
Very, Megan. Not to sound dramatic, but this could be catastrophic. Unemployment has skyrocketed, and frankly, it will be a miracle.
Cara, que mundo doido, né, velho? É bicho atacando, é governo tentando, assim, controlar a população. É monte de tempestade doida vindo do nada.
How on earth can you say that, Alan?
Well, I haven't actually seen one of these supposed toys. Have you?
Well, no.
É
But
guerra.
did you know 3,000 people die every year from regular toys? That's a lot of people.
Perdi negócio, caralho.
You're just as likely to be hunted down by a yo-yo or a tennis racket.
He makes an excellent and persuasive point, Katie.
Don't listen to her, Katie. The press are the enemy of truth.
She's agreeing with you, Alan, you absolute shit.
Well, then I must be wrong.
Alan, are you now recanting your statement that these toys aren't dangerous?
People are saying they're just like normal toys, and that simply isn't true.
Tá de boa,
Media
chat.
lies.
Katie,
Tem que ficar de olho no negócio. Ah, errei a câmera.
claims that Mrs. Snugglehurst might be dangerous after all.
I suppose I guess I'm agreeing with him.
Thank you, Katie. I appreciate your support. A lot of folks are saying this Mrs. Snugglehug situation will all
Oh,
blow
Jerry
over,
fazendo com
but it
o
won't.
lanchinho, cara.
Yes, right, exactly. We need decisive
Tamanho do lanche
action
do
from the
Jerry,
government.
velho.
We need huge financial support to protect our workers and our businesses. We need to support the vulnerable, and we need
To repent. Exactly right, Katie. We brought it on ourselves with all our liberal indulgences like art, taste, and healthcare.
Olha lá, velho.
We need to act now and begin sacrificing our firstborns, or
Olha lá
as
em cima dele,
a
velho.
beloved family pet.
Absolutely, Alan. If we can all successfully come together as a community and perform the ritual, hopefully we will appease the great ancient. Katie, could it be any worse?
Luckily, over the past few years under Advance, they've invested heavily.
Parece
into
até a
health,
vida real.
so the system can actually bear the strain.
Is it lucky that the Llama Lords have unleashed a horde of man-made monsters
Olha lá,
on the
velho.
same people to conceal the enemy within?
Ai, meu Deus, lá dele.
For 5 fucking seconds.
The global alliance of fish people are
Nossa, eu
amassing
perdi
an army-
muita audiência.
amassing an army to kidnap our children.
That's you. That's what you sound like.
But
Meh.
I
Meh.
the
Meh.
I don't sound like that.
Yes, you do.
You do, Alan. You do sound like that.
And that's why no one wants to be your friend.
I got loads of friends.
Olha, botou até uma sintonia, caralho.
Alan.
Yeah, stop lying, Alan.
I'm not lying. You are.
Oh, good one.
Well, I'm telling.
Alan James, Katie Brightman, thank you for joining me. Some real food for thought there from two of the territory's leading minds. Any moment now, I'll be heading over to Jeremy, who is going to be bringing us an up-to-the-minute report of the status of the nation. Over to you, Jeremy.
Thank you for what I'm sure was a reasonable debate which really contributed to the national conversation. Next, out on the streets, someone who's always doing exactly that. It's Patrick Bannon. Are you there, Patrick?
Hello, Jeremy. Yes, hello, I'm here. I'm here live. Apologies for the quality of the broadcast today. Couldn't find any cameramen or women brave enough to come and join me, so I'm out here on my own.
Right, and can you tell us what it's like out there?
Yep, I can. It's
Fora!
As you can see behind me, the streets are currently completely.
Ele tá atrás de uma tela, aquilo ali.
Is just how long?
É quadro?
Could there be danger lurking just around the corner, waiting to end the fledgling career of this young, promising
quadro, velho.
His full potential is even realised. Will he die, underappreciated by management, and frankly, if you ask me, very, very much underpaid?
I don't think there's any danger of that, Patrick. What's that on your jacket there?
No seu paletó.
That's actually a sponge. What I've done here is made a snuggle-proof jacket, Jeremy. The network didn't bother sending me any PPE, so I've been forced to improvise. In fact, showing the sort of resourcefulness that would make me an ideal candidate for, I don't know, for example, an anchor position starting whenever they'd like.
From your point of view, Patrick, just how safe are our streets?
Not safe at all, Jeremy, not safe at all. I'd recommend people staying inside, following government advice, and not putting themselves at any risk at all. Unless, of course, like me, it's for groundbreaking journalism reasons.
And just where are you, Patrick?
Era pra ele tá fazendo.
Which street?
I think I'm struggling.
Ele tava fazendo cobertura na rua, mas eu acho que ele não tá na rua, velho.
Which street are you on?
Oh, which street am I on?
Que rua que você tá?
Oh god. I'm just looking for a sign. There it is. I'm on Bannon Avenue.
Bannon Avenue?
Yep.
Bannon Avenue.
Bannon Avenue.
Fine. Yep, I'm on Bannon Avenue on the sign. It says there.
Like Patrick Bannon?
Oh yeah, that's strange. That's a weird sign. I don't know what's going on there.
Where are you really?
I'm on Bannon. Alright, fine. I'm not on Bannon Avenue. I'm at home, to be honest. Alright, fine. Well, I'm in my bathroom technically, but you know, I couldn't face it, mate. It's you know, it's terrible out there. I don't want to go outside. They're everywhere. I'm sorry for lying.
We don't expect any less of you, Patrick.
Can you hear that sound? What the hell's that?
I can, yes. I'm no
É os
expert,
bichos.
Patrick, but it sounds unmistakably like a a tiny fist tapping on your door there.
Eita, os bichos tá indo atrás dele, velho.
Oh, fuck, Jeremy, shit, no! Oh, bollocks. Right.
Perhaps there's a small queue of tiny fists, each wielding a different gendered household implement, ready to bash in the heads of lying little roving reporters.
But you're lying, aren't you? Oh, shit, fucking, listen to me, you bastards! If you're out there, piss off, you little fucking snuggle fuck! I'm too talented to die! Oh.
Os bichos tá indo na casa dele, velho.
Okay, it's fine. It's fine. Oh, God. Oh, God.
Don't worry, Patrick. I'd say you've got a few seconds before they break their way in there and finish you off. What do you see, Patrick?
Ah, é os ursinhos! É os ursinhos que estão atacando, velho, tudo! É os ursinhos, chat!
Thank you, Patrick, for that report. Showing
É os ursinhos que estão atacando a torre, cara!
Just where you belong. It's time for another break.
É os ursinhos, chat, que estão atacando aqui, velho!
Take your mind off the world for a little while, and who knows, maybe even bring you a few smiles. Join us after this. You're damn right. Yeah, I had them delivered. Yes, to Bannon Avenue.
Cara, o que é aquele som ali, velho? Peraí, minha janela quebrou? A cozinha morreu. Esse é o primeiro de muitos, Brenda. Cara, véi.
No, I'm not.
Aí o bicho aqui.
I'm not going to. I don't have to. No, you're being a child. I'm not. I'm not. No? Oh.
Caralho.
5, 4, 3. Welcome back to the National Nightly. Well, welcome back anyway.
Caralho.
We know isolation isn't easy, so finally tonight we have something a bit different for you. Even though some people felt it's not our job to entertain the public with absolute nonsense,
Tem um assassino querendo me matar, caralho.
Overruled those people. So it's time to find out who will National Nightly win and who will National Nightly lose.
Cara, por que eu perdi?
So,
Peraí.
how do we play? Well,
cara, o que eu perdi?
Hello,
Caralho,
Tommy.
calma.
All right, Johnny. It's good to see ya.
And how are you finding the lockdown, Tommy?
What do you mean lockdown?
The enforced isolation of
Último
everyone in the
maldito.
country.
Ah, yeah. I think I heard about that actually. Yeah.
You're in bed, Tommy.
Yeah. You called during nap time, so.
Of course, that's my fault. So, why don't you tell us how the game is played?
Well, it's pretty simple, Jeremy.
Vai aqui, bicho.
I'm going to ask contestants from around the territory 3 questions about what else, yours truly. And those people are going to get a chance to win a very special prize.
Cara, por que tem esse sol sorrindo, véi?
Drum roll, please. Jeremy.
Carai.
Oh.
Thank you. This.
Ai, caralho. Não, desligou.
What is that?
It's my athletic support, Jeremy.
Oh.
But I've signed it, so.
Oh, well then, what a fantastic prize.
Have we got anybody waiting to win this once in
Cara,
a
é
lifetime
TV, é urso,
prize,
é não sei o que, velho.
I believe we have Angie on the line.
Meu disse tá
How do you feel
caindo.
about winning this man's old pants, Angie?
I've never been so excited, Jeremy. And can I just
Aqui,
say,
sai daqui, bicho.
I love you. Both of you.
Well, you've said it now, haven't you?
Oh, Angie, I love you. In a way. Tell us about yourself, Angie.
Well, what can I say? My name is Angie, always has been. I'm a human woman, and my dental hygiene has been described as acceptable.
Brilliant! Right, well,
Okay.
shall we get this shambles underway?
Absolutely.
Ai,
So can I
bicho.
get 30 seconds on the clock, please?
We haven't got a clock.
Yeah, I did ask for a clock. So,
Well, why don't you start, and I'll stop you when it inevitably becomes unbearable to watch.
I love it. All right, here we go. Time starts now. Question 1. When is my birthday?
The 13th of August at 7:19 a.m.
That is absolutely correct. Question 2. What? I said, what is my favourite colour?
Crushed praline 4.
Correct. The colour of my nipples. And finally, Angie dear, what is my star sign?
That's a trick question. You were born outside of the human understanding of the cosmos.
Unbelievable. That is correct. Stop the clock.
Wow, that really was tough to watch.
Nossa,
How did you
difícil de
do,
assistir.
Tommy?
Well,
Ah,
Angie,
bicho.
my love, you got every single question right. Which of course means you lose and win absolutely nothing. Thanks for playing, Angie. Bye. Do we have another contestant on the line at Jelly Bean?
We do indeed. We should have Sonia Artleach. Are you there, Sonia?
Beleza, beleza.
Of course I am, Jamie, darling.
Thank
Sai
you
daqui,
for
bicho.
being here, Sonia.
Oh, there you are,
Oxe, bicho.
Tommy.
Oxi.
Let me guess, you work in theatre.
Is it that obvious? What gave it away? Was it the glamour or poise?
It certainly wasn't your inherent sense of humility.
Oh, bicho.
Tell us about yourself, Sonia.
Oh, well, if you must play this game. I am a theatrical agent. I work with the likes of Rudy Beefman, Samuel Coffee Cup, and Jodie Carpetburn.
Cara, não para!
And how's the lockdown affected you, Sonia?
Well, they may have closed the theatres, shut the studios, and boarded the cinemas.
Ah,
but they
bicho!
won't get me that easily.
How are you managing without any work?
Due to a savvy clause in all of my artist contracts, I am able to claim my 15% from their unemployment benefit.
Boa ideia, boa
That
ideia.
certainly is sharp.
Standard stuff, standard stuff.
And can I ask, where are you speaking to us from?
Well, I work from home, you know, to keep costs down.
And who's this?
Oh, well, you know, when they gave the order, I was actually mid-meeting with a client, so we've been isolated together.
No fucking way!
What the fucking fuck?
Is that Tommy Harris? I'm a huge fan. Can
Os caras ficam
just tell you
xingando,
how
véi.
brilliant you are!
Actually, Jeff, we're about to play a game, aren't we, Tommy?
We got time, we got time.
Well, if it's not too bold, I think I am in love with you, Mr. Harris.
No, it's not too bold. That's all right, don't worry.
Hey, I'd love to show you some of my stuff. I've been working on some new shit.
Well, at least you're already aware.
During lockdown,
Ai, bicho!
we've been workshopping some of Jeff's ideas for much younger children, haven't we?
Cara, tô muito perdido aqui, velho.
Children, do they?
Yeah, that's right. Yeah. I've been developing some shows for younger children.
Well, we'd love to see it, wouldn't we, Gerbil?
Absolutely dying to.
Oh, damn.
What do kids love?
Ai, cara, sai, bicho.
Transport payments from their absent fathers.
Shallow and overproduced musical numbers?
That's right. Animals! So, I'm trying to address the things that kids need to know, but through a medium that they'll understand. Do you understand?
I think so, yes.
Jeff's one of my best clients, aren't you?
I am. Yeah. So, the first one we've been working on is called...
Ok, tranquilo, tô padrão, administrando.
Mortgage repayments. It's about a lion who's having problems with his interest rates.
I see. Does he have a broker?
He does, yes. He's a porcupine.
Nossa,
How
velho.
did you know that?
Well, your work is universal, darling. It speaks to people.
I'm going to say something to you, mate. I think you're onto something here.
Oh, the bear,
Oh,
huge
yes,
bear.
right. This one is much better. So, this one tells the tale of Mr. Bear. Now,
Ele é
Mr. Bear
escritor de filmes, cara.
is very
Tá tentando vender o filme pro cara.
Because all of the other bears don't think that it'll amount to much, and they tell him that his plays are lazy and derivative.
I think you're onto something there.
Now, Mr. Bear is a tragic figure. Picture this. He's at his lowest ebb. The trees are closing in. He can't even face his salmon, can he? But then he meets someone that will change his life forever.
This is fucking gripping.
That's right. He meets a wise, old octopus who takes him under his wing and says, "No, Mr. Bear, don't be sad. You're not like all the other bears. You have this ambition and these dreams."
Such fucking dreams.
I think I love you, Jeff.
And what you need,
Mr.
Bear, says the octopus, probably doing an 8-armed gesture or something.
What you need to do to find happiness in this crazy old forest is you need to set yourself more realistic goals. It's called Mr. Bear Lowers His Expectations.
Wow. You really have taken yourself to new depths.
Muito bom, velho. Muito bom,
What
muito
do you
bom.
want children to take away from this?
Oh, fuck shit, fuck.
What?
I said a more realistic worldview.
Are you all right, Jamboree?
It's Jeffrey. My name is Jeffrey Donington.
No, stop. How does it end? We need to know how it ends.
Caralho, cara, quer mesmo saber o negócio do povo?
About inevitable mediocrity.
O povo e o urso, cara. Meu Deus, velho.
Stops trying to make his band happen and he goes into bear telemarketing.
Becomes a bear maths teacher.
Oh, and we end... We end on a big musical number. Oh, there's dancing.
Os caras têm musical também, velho.
It's very repetitive, so it's catchy but not.
O urso tá possuído mesmo? Tá, possuído por um demônio.
I could go and get my boombox.
Os ursos estão possuídos por demônio que estão atacando e comendo as pessoas vivas. E aí, esse cara e essa mulher estão falando com um ator e cantor. Estão querendo vender um filme pra ele, onde é um urso assassino que luta e se apaixona por um polvo. E tem um musical no filme. Que eles vão apresentar o musical agora.
Do you know, I might be able to... Hang on. Can we get Angie back?
Why not? The more the merrier, as they say at orgies.
Como diz os orgies, melhor. Quanto mais melhor. A cara do Jerry.
Right, I'll just fill then, shall I? Coming up in a moment, it's the world premiere that nobody saw coming.
Lights!
Or wanted. At all.
Right.
I can only apologise in advance for what we're all about to... endure.
Could you turn this shitting thing...
Olha o musical dele, olha o musical.
Well, there's all sorts of creatures down on
A cara do Jerry.
farm, like wise old Mr. Octopus with way too many arms. There's Mr. Pig and Mr. Cow, they're always in good moods.
O Jeffrey tá embora, velho.
They don't know they'll soon be sliced up into food. Mr. Bear, what's that over there? That's where your hopes go to turn into despair. Mr. Bear, what's that over there? That's where your dreams go to die. Mr. Raccoon wants to go to the moon. He'll end up as a bus driver.
O cara, velho.
Mr. Porcupine thinks he'll read the news at night. He'll end up as a janitor who stinks of turpentine. Mr. Tiny Mouse thought he'd own a massive house, ended up in a bedsit where he can't control the louse. Mr. Horse thought he'd go into professional sports, now he's an alcoholic and he's on his third divorce. Mr. Bear, what's that over there? That's the place your life becomes an endless questionnaire. Mr. Bear, what's that over there? That's where your hopes go to die. Lower your expectations. Maybe you could get a job in telecommunications. No matter how you try, you'll never reach the League of Nations. The best you'll get is middle rank in trading operations. So lower your expectations. You'll never
muito bom, né?
Congratulations. The future that is coming will not meet specifications, and no amount of visualizations will save you from your own deterioration. Mr. Bear, what's that over there? That's a tramp who thought he'd be a multi-millionaire. Mr. Bear, what's that over there? That's where self-esteem goes to die. Mr. Bear, what's that over there? That's the disappointment that is waiting everywhere. Mr. Bear, what's that over there? That's where your schemes go to die. That's where your dreams go to die. That's where dreams go to die.
Well, I'm sure we'll all still be seeing that tomorrow morning. That's it from us for tonight. Many thanks to all our guests. I look forward to seeing them all again. Eventually.
Okay.
But before we go, Alex, I wondered if I might have a word. You see, I've had my eye on you, friend, and I've got to say I'm not liking what I'm seeing. You keep letting me down, chum. Playing it safe. Making the dull, boring choices, failing to assert yourself. No one likes a pushover, Alex. You know that. And frankly, chum, you're acting like a bit of a wimp. Alex, will you give away your passport so my super rich sibling can abandon us all?
Você tá falando comigo?
Here it is. Pathetic. Can I have the money we need for food so I can go around the continent on a jolly? Sure, Susie. We can always eat your grandma when we run out of food. Wouldn't it have felt better to take charge? Aren't you tempted to just lay down the law? You know what's hot, Alex? Other than me, obviously. Confidence, power, control. We're all drawn to it like rats to the piper. Don't you care where your son goes at night?
Peraí, Lutz, deixa eu ler ali, Urso. Você não imagina que acabou de acordar. O quê, Lucas? O quê? O quê?
Although, sort of is my whole raison d'être. But imagine, just for a moment.
Cara, isso não aconteceu comigo na primeira vez que eu joguei, não, velho.
It was just some stupid game where you could just do it all over again if it all went wrong. Imagine if Sam and Charlie and Susie were characters. Wow.
Cara, bicho!
You could have just being bad, you know, for the hell of it. My name's Megan Wolf. Have an evil night.
Cara, essa é a primeira vez que acontece isso comigo, cara.
Jen, I'm just gonna go smoke, okay?
Peraí, nossa, calma.
Babe, I don't care if this is a dream, a bad trip, or a shock-induced coma. I did not sign up to be dressed like
Véi, que aconteceu aqui, cara?
For a 20. All right, I'm.
Peraí, eu tava falando das minhas escolhas, cara. Como assim, velho?
Fucking bogan. It's bad enough that he makes me do that unconvincing accent the whole time.
Como...
I mean, look at this. My skirt's so short you can see my jute.
Cara, eu tenho que rever isso, chat. Eu tenho que rever isso.
Why don't you wake up, You fucking perv.
Wake up, Alex, wake up.
What? What? Velho, eu não tô entendendo.
Well, I'm sure we'll all still be singing that tomorrow morning. That's it from us for tonight. Many thanks to all our guests. I look forward to seeing them all again. Eventually. But before we go, Alex, I wondered if I might have a word. You see, I've had my eye on you, friend, and I've got to say I'm not liking what I'm seeing. You keep letting me down, chum. Playing it safe. Making the dull, boring choices, failing to assert yourself. No one likes a pushover, Alex. You know that. And frankly, chum, you're acting like a bit of a wimp. Alex, will you give away your passport so my super rich sibling can abandon us all? Sure. Here it is. Pathetic.
Caralho,
Can I
velho.
have the money we need for food so I can go around the continent on a jolly? Sure, Susie.
We can always eat your grandma when we run out of food. Wouldn't it have felt better to take charge? Aren't you tempted to just lay down the law? You know what's hot, Alex? Other than me, obviously. Confidence, power, control. We're all drawn to it like rats to the piper. Don't you care where your son goes at night? You will when you find out. Look, far be it from me to try and lead you down the dark pathway, although sort of is my whole raison d'etre. But imagine, just for a moment, that none of this was real. It was just some stupid game where you could just do it all over again if it all went wrong. Imagine if Sam and Charlie and Susie were just characters. Wow. Think of all the fun you could have. Just being bad, you know. For the hell of it. My name's Megan Wolf.
Cara, muito viagem isso, velho. Eu não tive isso na primeira vez que eu joguei, cara.
Jen, I'm just gonna go smoke-o. Okay, can you get Bozeman on the phone? Babe, I don't care if this is a dream, a bad trip, or a shock-induced coma. I did not sign up to be dressed like a slag, doshing out wristies for a 20. All right, I'm a professional news anchor, not a fucking bogan. It's bad enough that he makes me do that unconvincing accent the whole time. I mean, look at this. My skirt's so short you can see my jute.
É o quê? Dá pra ver minha periquita.
My skirt's so short you can see my jute. Alex, why don't you wake up, You fucking perv.
Ah, então. Então foi isso mesmo, chat. Caralho. Eu acho que a gente entrou em coma, sei lá, por causa do choque que a gente levou, velho. Um brusco despertar. Dívida de quebrar. Cara, tá foda, velho. Dia 154, um brusco despertar. Pouco a pouco, o bip compassado do monitor cardíaco traz você de volta à consciência. De olhos abertos, você é saudado por uma semicírculo de rostos preocupados. Ao seu lado, sua família. Uma visão tranquilizante neste novo ambiente. Você pisca algumas vezes para espantar a sonolência e colocar todos em foco. Você sente uma mão na sua, delicada, mas reconfortante. É de Sam, como sempre ao seu lado. A expressão dela, compreensivelmente preocupada, é de alguma forma mais afetuosa do que nunca. Sabíamos que você ficaria bem. Nunca duvidei por um segundo sequer. E se eu cruzar com aquele bossman? Você aperta a mão dela e tenta piscar. As rugas de preocupação na testa de Sam desaparecem um pouco. Só Deus sabe que vocês têm problema suficiente sem sua saúde jogada nessa mistura. Você dá um último sorriso para ela e se volta para o resto da sua família. Assim que percebe a ausência de Suzy, você vê Charlie agitado, claramente tentando disfarçar a preocupação. Você se vira para Charlie e vê tenso, com preocupação estampada no rosto. Então você está bem mesmo, né? Ele finalmente pergunta, desviando rapidamente o olhar. É claro que eu estou, parceiro, não precisa se preocupar. Eu vou ficar bem, Charlie. Deixe o cobertor em paz. Eu vou se preocupar. Charlie olha para você e sorri. Um daqueles sorrisos que contagiam o ambiente. É sempre bom vê-lo por perto. O sorriso desaparece. Assim, você vê sua mãe, apática, observando a janela. Apesar de seus esforços, ela não anda bem ultimamente. Tá tudo bem, mãe? O chamado retira sua mãe daquele estado de desvaneio. Ela se vira para você e sorri. Você agradece por ver aquele reconhecimento cada vez mais raro nos olhos dela. É claro que sim. É claro que sim, meu bem. Como você se sente? Você sorri calorosamente e acena com a cabeça. Mas antes que possa responder, uma médica entra apressada e conduz todos para fora. Pelo que parece ser a 100ª vez, ela pergunta como você se sente. Surpreendentemente bem, apesar de tudo. Excelente, não há sinais de danos sérios. Somente um pequeno choque no antigo sistema, com um perdão do trocadilho. Ela sorri. Porém, não recomendamos que você faça algo daquele tipo de novo, é claro. Depois de alguns dias de descanso em casa, você estará novo em folha. Ela se vira para sair, mas para na porta. Sobre o quarto particular e o tratamento, a médica aponta para suas reacomodações que você vê que são bastante caras. Foi tudo pago por um Sr. Bosman. Ele deixou aquelas flores e disse que para você não se preocupar e tirar o resto da semana de folga. Ele verá na segunda-feira, aparentemente. E é o mínimo que ele poderia fazer. Então, cara, eu sofri um acidente mesmo, cara. Eu pensei que... Caralho, era um acidente, chat. Ô, Brenda, volta com a sua cor, Brenda, por favor. Não fica azul, é estranho ser de azul, velho. Prefiro ser de roxo. Um fardo para carregar. Você chega em casa e encontra a luz da cozinha e ainda acesa. E porque todos os meus moderadores, Brenda, tem mania de colocar a cor rosa. Então você é inconfundível, viu? O que não costuma ser um bom sinal. Geralmente, todos estão na cama a essa hora. Você abre lentamente a porta da cozinha e encontra sentada à mesa. Diante dela, uma bagunça de contas de papéis. Bem como o que parece ser um segundo pacote de biscoito aberto. Ela te dá um beijo rápido quando você se senta ao lado dela. Franze a testa e volta a atenção para papéis em suas mãos. Oi, querido. Só estou conferindo as contas de novo. Ela olha para a porta da despensa, agora convertida no quarto da sua mãe. Nós fizemos o melhor que pudemos, mas acho que Cassandra realmente precisa de uma enfermeira para cuidar dela agora. De repente você consegue ver os boletos. Passei a noite revendo as contas. As lágrimas nos olhos, Sam pega sua mão. Não temos como pagar isso, eu sinto muito. A mesa da cozinha se transforma em gelatina diante de seus olhos. Tem nada de delicado em rosa não, viu, Brenda? Tem nada de delicado em rosa não, minha filha. Tá doido. Sam se levanta e o abraça forte. Mas você só consegue pensar na sua mãe. E o que você não tem condição de ajudá-la. O que seu pai acharia disso tudo. Essa é tão a prometida utopia de Vance. Você olha para a porta do quarto improvisado para sua mãe. Amanhã você terá que contar para as crianças e depois agendar um horário no centro de transição. O que mais você poderia ter feito? Cara, caralho, velho. Basicamente o rosa da minha live, foi só um meme. Acabou se tornando mesmo. Eu assistindo TV à noite com Sam quando o Charlie chega em casa. As aulas acabaram há um tempo, mas ele aparece cada vez mais tarde ultimamente. Vocês dão os ombros e continuam assistindo. Eu, meus tálmatas e eu mesmo. Assim que o programa acaba, você dá uma boa noite pra Sam, seu dia começa cedo amanhã. No caminho da cama, no fim da escada, você nota um novo poço na porta do Charlie. é feita à mão com a imagem clara, o punho grafitado em spray laranja sobre o fundo preto. Agora popular, símbolo da interrupção. Parece que aqueles amigos formam uma turminha interessante. Dia 201. Uma carta para casa. Sam vai passar a noite fora trabalhando e Charlie está na casa de um amigo. A casa é toda sua. Você pede comida para a viagem, toma alguns drinks e decide relaxar à frente da TV. A seleção não é lá essas coisas, mas alguma coisa se salva. Você quer rir, mas então será uma comédia. Não está, mas você ainda pode assistir um terror sem ela. Você só quer relaxar, o suspense e a ação é a escolha. Você não curte dramas históricos, então você aproveita o máximo quando ela não está. Cara, eu só quero relaxar, velho. O roteiro é terrível, você tem certeza que o ator principal só conseguiu um papel por causa da beleza. E não do talento dele. Apesar disso, você está realmente interessado no final, mesmo que a ponte de corda sobre o vulcão ativo será um pouco clichê. No fim do filme, você procura o controle remoto. Caído, mas encontra um pequeno objeto de metal debaixo da mesa de centro. Ao levá-lo para a luz, você se lembra do bilhete da Sam na geladeira. Amor, a Charlie perdeu um presente da Suzy. Será que pode tentar encontrar? Beijo. Observando mais perto, você se surpreende ao descobrir que o presente, na verdade, é um isqueiro com o nome Chip gravado. Ela diz que o apelido é carinhoso, mas Charlie ainda faz cara feia sempre que é chamada assim. Você não acha que a Sam aprovaria isso? O bilhete de Suzy explica. No Inquistão, a arte de acender fogueiras é a tradição celebrada há muito tempo. Achei a sua cara. Tome cuidado com isso, Suzy. Infelizmente é só um souvenir e não um novo hábito que ele adotou. Ou está prestes a adotar. Que bom que ela se lembrou dele. Caralho, Brenda. Nossa, verde. Bota a rosa, Brenda, vai ficar bonito, ó. Chat! Ai, cara. GG, chat. Verde da Leste não gosta? O de verde também não, né? O silêncio. Acho que eu vou continuar daí, né? Caralho. Vou jogar. Campanha, continuar. A gente continua aí. Pessoal, não se esquece, chegou até aqui, se inscreva, compartilhe, comenta. Clique no sininho pra não perder nada. Obrigado por tudo. A gente volta com o novo gameplay. Tamo junto. É nóis.